If love feels impossibly out of reach, hear this. No matter how lost or alone you feel, you are not broken and you are not unlovable. Even if your heart feels heavy or your hope is fading, you are worthy of love, just as you are. The ache of loneliness can make you believe you're fundamentally flawed, that something about you is missing or wrong, but that's not the truth. When you see others building lives together, sharing laughter and intimacy, it's easy to wonder, why not me? That question can echo in your mind, growing louder with each passing day. The answer isn't simple. Our ability to connect is shaped by personal history, the stories we carry, and the world we live in, not by some personal failing or lack within you. We're taught to chase love as if it's a prize, to improve ourselves endlessly, to become more attractive, more successful, more enough. But this pursuit often leads us further from real connection, leaving us exhausted and still alone. The more desperately we seek love, the more it seems to slip away, like trying to hold on to smoke or catch light in your hands. Desperation repels intimacy. It's not a partner we seek, but a savior from loneliness, and no one can fill that void for us. True connection can't grow in the shadow of fear or need. Let's set aside self-blame and explore the real forces that make love feel distant. There are reasons for your longing, and none of them mean you are unworthy. The reason love eludes you isn't unworthiness. It's that something inside is still protecting you from old pain, from wounds that haven't yet healed. The journey back to love is a journey back to yourself. It's about rediscovering the light within, even if it's just a flicker at first. This is where the real work begins, not in changing your appearance, but in understanding your own heart, your fears, and your hopes. Healing starts with compassion for yourself. Let's begin that journey together, with patience, courage, and the belief that love is possible for you. In our world, attention is often mistaken for affection and validation for love. We collect likes and matches, but these are not true connections. They're fleeting distractions from loneliness. We've become experts at presenting ourselves, but strangers to genuine presence. Love isn't a product to be acquired or a transaction to be won. It's a resonance between two people willing to be seen, flaws and all. The hunger for validation makes our self-worth fragile, tied to notifications and external approval. Real love isn't the thrill of the chase or endless compliments. It's the steady presence of someone who stays. We must learn to distinguish between the echo of validation and the real voice of self-worth. True connection is built on two whole people sharing their worlds, not on seeking completion from another. Until we see this, we'll keep seeking attention while starving for real affection. The foundation of love is not external approval, but internal wholeness. Only then can we build something real. Our capacity for love is shaped by the echoes of our past, childhood wounds, heartbreaks, and moments of abandonment. These experiences, whether remembered clearly or felt only as a distant ache, leave marks on our hearts that linger long after the moment has passed. They become the silent architects of our emotional world, influencing how we trust, how we reach out, and how we protect ourselves. These wounds create invisible barriers, keeping us from letting love in. Sometimes we don't even realize these walls exist until we feel the ache of loneliness or the sting of rejection. When someone gets close, our nervous system may sound an alarm, equating intimacy with threat. Our bodies remember what our minds try to forget, and we tense up, ready to defend ourselves from pain that may never come. This isn't a conscious choice, it's a survival response. Our instincts are trying to keep us safe, even if it means missing out on connection. We push love away not because we don't want it, but because a wounded part of us doesn't believe it's safe. Deep down we long for closeness, but fear whispers that it will only bring more hurt. Healing isn't about forgetting the past, but integrating it, learning to sit with our pain and reassure our younger selves. It's about offering compassion to the parts of us that are still afraid, and gently inviting them into the present. This is slow, gentle work, becoming archaeologists of our own hearts. We carefully unearth what's been buried, dusting off old memories and learning from them rather than letting them control us. Until we do this, we'll keep reacting to old ghosts, unable to embrace the love offered to us now. The past will continue to haunt our present, shaping our choices and our relationships. The barriers will remain, keeping us protected but also alone. We may feel safe, but we also feel isolated, longing for connection yet unable to reach it. The path forward is to understand and tend to these wounds. With patience and care, we can begin to mend what was broken, honoring our pain while choosing to move toward healing. Only then can we open to real connection. When we heal, we make space for love to enter and stay. Healing is possible, and it starts within. It begins with a single act of courage, to look inward and offer ourselves the kindness we've always needed. Let's take that first step, together, with hope, and with gentle curiosity for what we might discover within ourselves. If part of you feels stuck in cycles of emotional pain, chasing love but hitting walls, there's a reason. You're carrying unresolved patterns that therapy can help you see and break. That's why I recommend online therapy. It's discreet, powerful, and rooted in real cognitive behavioral therapy, not fluff. You even get 20% off with the code THERAPY20. Links in the description. Modern dating is a maze of endless choice and fleeting interactions designed for speed, not depth. Apps turn people into profiles, training us for novelty and disposability. The promise of infinite options keeps us searching, never fully investing in anyone. Conversations become scripts, safe, shallow, and forgettable. We're more connected than ever, yet more emotionally isolated. Dates feel like interviews, focused on checklists instead of real connection. We gather data, not souls. The culture of fast pleasure makes us impatient with human complexity. True connection isn't found in perfection, but in navigating imperfections together. Love requires us to slow down, to be present, and to let roots take hold. The love we crave can't be swiped into existence. It must be cultivated. Be honest. Do you think love today is harder to find because of others, or because of something within yourself? I'd genuinely like to hear your thoughts in the comments. We often think we're alone because of external factors. Maybe it's our circumstances or the people around us. But what if the real reason is something deeper, something inside us? What if we don't feel safe enough to let love in, even when we crave connection the most? Imagine your heart encased in armor, each plate forged by past hurts and disappointments. This armor was built to protect us from pain, but over time it can become a prison, keeping us isolated from the very things we long for. The armor keeps out pain, but it also blocks out joy, warmth, and love. It's a barrier that doesn't discriminate. It shields us from hurt, but also from healing. This fortress operates subconsciously. Even as we yearn for intimacy, our defenses activate automatically when someone gets close, pushing them away before we even realize it. It can look like emotional unavailability, a fear of commitment, or simply feeling numb when others try to reach us. Sometimes we convince ourselves we're better off alone. We may not realize we're doing it, but relationships never seem to work out. Each disappointment reinforces the need for armor, making the walls even higher. The tragedy is that what once protected us now causes our deepest loneliness. The very shield that kept us safe now keeps us apart. Love requires vulnerability, removing the armor piece by piece and daring to trust someone with our true selves, even when it feels risky. For a heart that's known pain, vulnerability feels dangerous. It's natural to hesitate, to wonder if it's worth the risk of being hurt again. The real work isn't about finding someone with the perfect key. It's about convincing ourselves that it's finally safe to open up, even if we're still afraid. No one can storm those walls for us. The journey to openness is one we must choose for ourselves, step by step. Healing means gently lowering our defenses, learning to trust again, and allowing ourselves to be seen as we truly are. Only then can love enter, when we make space for it and welcome it with an open heart. The journey is inward, not outward. It's about discovering the courage to be vulnerable and the strength to let go of old fears. Are you ready to begin? The first step is yours to take. If your heart's fortress was built from within, dismantling it must start there too. The first step isn't to try harder at dating, but to turn inward. Practice radical self-awareness. Listen to your body and emotions without judgment. Stillness is where truth emerges. In quiet, we hear our wounded parts. Tend to your inner life like a secret garden, patiently, gently, consistently. Becoming your own safe harbor means providing yourself the comfort and validation you seek from others. When you can sit with your own loneliness, you stop operating from deficit. You interact from fullness and curiosity, not desperation. This changes your energy. You become grounded at home in your own skin. When you're no longer afraid of your own company, you choose partners from desire, not need. The journey inward prepares you for healthy partnership. Only when you're your own safe harbor can you truly welcome another in. Healing the heart isn't a race to a perfect partner, it's a homecoming to yourself. The love you seek has been waiting within you all along. The emptiness you felt was a space waiting for your own presence and compassion. As you tend to your inner world, your armor softens and you learn to stay present even when vulnerable. Your sensitivity becomes your strength, your capacity for empathy and connection. This internal shift changes how you experience the world. You find intimacy everywhere, not just in romance. Your definition of love expands. It becomes a daily practice of openness and generosity. Attracting a partner becomes a natural result, not a desperate goal. You're no longer looking for someone to complete you, but to share your completeness. The path isn't about becoming someone else, but becoming more fully yourself. The love you seek was never lost. It was waiting for you to come home. Welcome yourself back. If this made you pause, if it struck something real, don't scroll away. Subscribe for grounded clarity, no fluff. Hit like to let the algorithm know you want more content like this. And if you're ready to rebuild the way you connect, the link to online therapy is in the description. I'll see you in the next one.